Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to Unity, both here and online. It's a bright and beautiful day, and it's so good to see you all. If you stand, we're going to sing We Come Together. All the words will be up on the screen.
Look at the person next to you. I love you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together. We come together.
We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. Look at the person next to you. Recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come
We
together.
come together.
We come together
In the name of love. Every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
And
We unite.
kinship we unite.
In
Honor of the God in each other.
Look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
In the name of love.
Thank you. That was great. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day this is in our consciousness. What a grand, glorious day in the making. Every moment of every day, we get to decide what gets our attention. And today, we're going to keep our attention on the good that's out picturing and outflowing in our lives everywhere. I don't know about you, but it was a little early of a wakening up this morning. And I do mention my dog because I come out at 6:30 and it's really 5:30 and he kind of gets up and he shakes and he looks at me like, what are we doing? And I'm like, I know you don't do time changes, but we do here. And it was kind of funny because I thought how dogs and animals and children, they don't care about time. It's about what we do, the flow. And so we get to choose at any given moment how we do it. I thought I'll just enjoy his I don't want to say annoyance, but his what are we doing mode today. And I just really give thanks. And it's all for me about living in the moment and being aware of what is in front of you and what's inside of you and how you're showing up. When you're living in the awareness, then we choose and we can set our sights higher and we can choose how we're showing up and we can make that difference in the world at any given moment. And so that's what I'm choosing to be. We are in the month of March, which is the beginnings of spring, and we're in the Lenten season, which is a journey opening us up to a greater realization of our resurrected self on Easter Sunday. And we get to choose what we want to create within this journey. And for me, I am choosing that by Easter Sunday, I will be made a new creation, far greater than I started in Ash Wednesday, and I'm working through it. And I'm using the book that we have a few more left in the garden, and it is on 8 a.m. on Facebook, or do it however you want in your own life. The greatest thing is when you're asked what practice works, the one you do, the one you choose to make it part of your practice. And so this is the practice we're choosing to do right here. It's called In the Garden. So I invite you now as we go into prayer. Dear sweet Spirit, the source and substance of all, we give thanks for this day. For this day is truly the day the Lord, our I am Christ presence, is making. We open ourselves up to be all that we can be as a divine expression of the one out into the world. We look to see the good in our life. We may notice the not so good, but we look to be raising the good higher. We look to see that that good is outpicturing and spreading throughout our lives. We look to see the good that shows up in a way that maybe we may miss if we're on autopilot. We choose to click that autopilot switch off, and we choose to live free flying in the present moment, seeing the abundance of God before our very eyes. We choose that this March and this Lenten season is a true expression of the one growing into our unique expression of God. In the Bible, it says we are made in the image and after the likeness of God. We accept that as the very truth. And in that place, we say, so how much more God can I put out into the world? How much more of that divine essence can I accept and can I spread to the good of others? We give thanks for this journey. We have been told by Jesus that it's our job to carry it out in the world. He was here. He did his part. And now that living Christ presence lives within each one of us. And we get to carry it out into the world. We get to be the light that shines upon the hill. Jesus said, please don't put your light under a bushel basket. Our lights are shining and we see them go glowing and growing and glorifying just a little bit more through this Lenten season. We are so grateful for this opportunity to join together with two or more to create an energy and a synergy of the one. And we live in faith. We put our divine strength in order to keep us moving forward. We open ourselves up to wisdom so we know which path and which path to take, and we open ourselves up to love to be the divine harmonizing energy of the world. We know there's no mistake. We are here right now at Unity Church of Tidewater, being the expression of the one, combining with people on a journey to their own greater experience of their divine essence. And we're so grateful for this opportunity to be here in this moment, in this time, on this planet, in the way we are. And we see it and we declare it all good, and so it is. Amen and amen. So I invite you to all stand and look at each other. We're going to honor the Christ in each other. If you're comfortable looking into each other's eyes, that would be great. And just see the glow, the light of God within each other. Together, the Christ I am greets the Christ you are, and we work together for the glory of God. Now turn to another and see it for them together. The Christ I am greets the Christ you are, and we work together for the glory of God. And we just give thanks because two people have started our week seeing our divine essence, and we've seen their divine essence. And we know that this week is starting off on a perfect path, and we're just excited because that will grow throughout the entire week. Now we're going to go into the Lord's Prayer. Please look at it. We have changed a few of the words to make it a very safe environment in this church. So together, our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not in temptation, and deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Please remain standing for the next song.
So our next song, called Everything I Need to Know. It's a little bit tricky on the rhythm, but we'll kind of go through it, and I think you'll catch on. All the words should be up on the screen.
Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to behold about what lies before me is available to me. It's available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to do about what lies before me. Everything that I need to do about what lies before me is available to me. It's available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to be strong about what lies before me. Everything that I need to be strong about what lies before me is available to me. It's available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to be at peace about what lies before me. Everything that I need to be at peace about what lies before me is available to me. Available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. It's available to me through the mind of God within me. The mind of God within me. The mind of God within me.
Good job. Thank you.
Good morning. Today is Sunday, March the 9th. The word is awake. I am awake and fully present today. Awakening from sleep, I pause for a moment to feel the energy of a new day. Birds outside my window singing a greeting. My still closed eyelids sense the morning light, letting go of the delicious relaxation of sleep. I stretch my limbs, open my eyes, and rise from my bed. Awake, fully present in mind, body, and soul to each activity of this day and to each person I meet. I feel truly connected. I engage fully with my daily work, study, prayer, and recreation. I notice details in my surroundings and see expressions of love and kindness I may have overlooked. Each moment becomes more vivid and meaningful. Nothing feels ordinary when I am awake. My life is a journey of discovery and appreciation. And what I say to you, I say to all. Keep awake. Mark 13:37. Amen. Hoy, domingo 9 de marzo, la palabra de hoy es despertar. Estoy despierto y plenamente presente en la vida. Al despertar, hago una pausa para sentir la energía de un nuevo día. Los pájaros cantan en mi ventana. A mis párpados cerrados perciben la luz de la mañana. a, liber- a liberar la placentera relajación del sueño, me estiro, abro los ojos y me levanto. Ya despierto, estoy plenamente presente en mente, cuerpo y alma para atender cada actividad de este día y conectar con cada persona que encuentre. Me siento verdaderamente en armonía. Participo plenamente en mi trabajo, estudios, momentos de oración y recreación. Presto atención a los detalles de mi alrededor y descubro expresiones de amor y bondad que tal vez no noté. Cada momento se vuelve más vívido y significativo. Nada me parece ordinario cuando estoy despierto. En Marcos 13:37 leemos: Esto que les digo a ustedes, se los digo a todos. Manténganse despiertos siempre. Amén.
Good morning. Let's do the responsive reading. It's on the back of your program, or it's going to be displayed up front here on the large screen displays. I'll read the Bible verse, and then we'll do the response in bold print together. Give your servant an understanding mind to govern your people, able to discern between good and evil. I turn within and touch the mind of God within. I listen and I trust. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my victorious right hand. My trust in God is greater than any other conditions. I hold strong. This is my prayer, that your love may overflow more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent. My power to harmonize and unify opens me to my power of profound discernment. If any of you is lacking in wisdom, ask God, who gives to all generously without reproach. In times of uncertainty, return within and receive my perfect way forward. So let us not grow weary in doing what is right, for we will reap at harvest time if we do not give up. I stay the course, rejuvenating myself when needed with prayerful connection with Source.
To remind you of your magnificence, help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I want to show you all the joy
I invite you to take those words and own them. You have been reminded of your magnificence. You have been reminded how much you are loved. And just take that in and breathe that into this space, into the very being that you are as the very truth. We are all magnificent creations of the One. We take a deep breath and we just say, yes, we accept. We see it as so. We know it is so. And so today, as we go into our meditation, I invite you to take a few cleansing breaths, sit back in the pew, let go of any thoughts of concern, and just bring your attention into this now present moment. I invite you in your mind's eye to step into a garden. Maybe the Garden of Eden in which we created and planted in last week's meditation, or a garden of your past memory, or a garden of Jesus' time in the garden. He went often. And as we walk through this garden and we see and feel all the beauty that's surrounding us, knowing that it just engulfs us and we can feel it to the very depths of our being. And as we walk, emotions arise: serenity, peacefulness, calmness, expansiveness, maybe growth opportunities. Maybe this garden is a field of possibilities and potentialities. I invite you to identify your emotion, to identify your feeling. Notice in this garden flowers blooming, butterflies landing, bees pollinating, birds chirping. Bring into your garden whatever you would like to add to this scene. And then acknowledge this is the garden of your soul. How does the soil look? Ready for tilling? Ready for planting? Maybe it's already planted and you're seeing signs of growth. Today, as we move into the silence, we choose, we decide, how will our garden grow? And we sit with it as the very truth of our growth experience in the silence, in the silence. As you come back into this room, you bring your garden experience with you. You ask yourself periodically through this Lenten season, how is my garden growing? Is there weeds to be pulled out? Is there new plantings to plant? How may I cultivate the very growth of this garden? How may I embrace it and grow it more? Do I take time to sit in this garden with Jesus by my side? or Christ in my heart. We choose on a daily basis exactly how this garden is growing, and we claim it abundantly. And so it is. Amen and amen. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. What a gorgeous day this is. I say happy Sunday. We get to choose at any given moment if it's a happy day or not, regardless of the outer. So I'm choosing a happy day. Last week we talked about God first, the first four basic unity principles: acknowledge God, our connection with God, the way we keep in touch with God, and controlling thoughts to stay connected. Then we went to action. We must move to our desired destination. We must move to that place. Sitting in a chair just might not provide the necessary movement in creating a spiritual synergy to bring about the manifestations of the goodness desired. Movement. That's a lot of what we are talking about. And it takes faith. That is our desired destination is obtainable. It takes us to have unshakable faith moving forward to say, yes, it's possible and I'm going to go towards it. Faith is first. It simply must be the beginning step. It doesn't take much faith, yet give God, spirit, divine mind, whatever name you call this energy, synergy, source, substance, an opening, a crack, the size of a mustard seed, which is minute. Manifestation takes room in consciousness to create. You have to create an opening. There has to be room for it. A closed mind, a set consciousness leaves no opening, no room for change, for growth, for anything new. So check your faith and check it often and ask, are we good to go? Is my faith solid? I think of it, that saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. The musician won't get to Carnegie Hall the day that they pick up that instrument. And Babe Ruth did not get into the Hall of Fame his first time at bat. It took time, and it took movement, and it took persistence and perseverance. So it takes strength. It's not about the physical strength alone. Strength is our ability, yes, to practice the relentless hours in a gymnasium, a ball field, or a piano. And strength is also about the mindset to make the desire go happen. Inner strength, along with outer movement, brings our power of strength into play. Strength is our perseverance, our persistence, our ability to go the distance. It's our power today on this birthday Sunday. It's that innate ability that even when your mind wanders to go do something else and you start going down a path that maybe this can't happen, you begin to dig in and continue on a path saying, yes, no, I want that. I want to keep moving forward. Without divine strength, many paths would be and are abandoned. Strength, stability, steadfastness. Charles Fillmore shares that supreme strength, as demonstrated by Jesus, can be obtained by one who trusts in spirit. So we have David and Goliath. Maybe you've heard that Bible story. And David's just kind of a slight man, and he's going against Goliath, this big, monstrous man. Goliath depicts physical strength. He's all brawn, and he's going to make it happen. But David has the spiritual strength with a mental strength and a physical strength to be able to go forward to this encounter. He is being called by an inner dwelling, and he has his faith intact that he knows how he's going to do it. And yes, he brings some of his qualities of taking care of sheep to this, and he brings 5 stones. Most of us would have said, yeah, not today. But he said, no, I got this. Trust me, I got this. All strength originates in spirit, and your thoughts and words spiritually expressed bring about the manifestation. I don't know any words of telling people it never happened, that it will happen. We keep walking forward saying, wow, I'm going to watch how this good manifests before me. Physical strength alone won't get the desired effects, but it will get you exhausted. Paul shares in Ephesians 6:10, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can stand against evil. So I personalized this Bible verse. I owned it. That's what Unity tells us to do. Read a Bible story and make it your own. And I said, I am strong in the mind of Christ and in the strength of its might. It's in my mind that I can make or break anything, and I am strong in the mind of Christ. Create a dialogue, a set of affirmations for yourself. Charles shares, be steadfast, strong, and steady in thought, and you will establish strength in mind and in body. Never let the thought of weakness enter your consciousness. Always ignore the suggestions and affirm yourself to be a tower of strength within and without. First, faith, then establish faith. Peter and Andrew are the apostles for faith and strength, and they are brothers, meaning they are partnering powers in the unity movement. So I invite you, scan your body, mind, and thoughts for your strength and feel it grow in your awareness. When you start thinking about strength, that which you think about starts expanding. I am strong in the mind of Christ and in the strength of its might. Now, Cora Fillmore identified the eagle as a symbol of strength and victory. Solomon meditated on the marvelous outworkings of God's unbreakable laws, said that one of these things which was too wonderful for him was the way of an eagle in the air. The eagle in it is the expression of abounding strength. He mounts up into the air to an unbelievable height, and for this altitude focuses his eye on the ground below and spots his prey. He's quite a ways away from it, but he spots it. He also rises above the cyclone and he outflies the wind. As it is the way of the eagle in the air, so is the way of people when we fully recognize our divinity. And I don't know if any of you have been watching the 3 eagles that are hatching online, but it's been pretty amazing. The third one just hatched. And you just think of that little tiny eaglet inside that shell that only gets out by their strength, by their determination, by their willingness to chip away at that when their time is right. That can be a symbol of us. All strength is from God. Truly, to live the life of spirit, one must be spiritually strong. One must withstand every test. We are joyous only, Charles says, we are joyous only when we are strong physically, mentally, and spiritually. When criticism is hurled at you, the need is for the unfoldment of a strength of character that you can handle prejudices and jealousies without resistance. The ever unfolding, ever renewing spirit of infinite strength sustains us, and we go from glory to glory. We affirm, I am one with the infinite strength. I have the power to express the sustaining strength of spirit. The pure, undefiled life of Christ is expressed in thought and ultimately is expressed in and through and ultimately as me as I strengthen and sustain in all my ways. The joy of spirit is a wellspring within me, and I am established in divine strength. And we take that in and bless it. Then today we're going to add Charles Fillmore's third power, the power of wisdom. Along the journey, we have begun in faith, added into our satchel strength to keep our thoughts on God and go the distance. The woman who touched the cloak of Jesus in order to heal had the faith and the strength to persevere. Then the power of wisdom to be used on the pathway of life to discern which path to use, your intuition, and gain insight on the pace, the forks in the road, who to bring onto that path, and who to allow to stay. Insight, intuition, and discernment. How many paths are interrupted by well-meaning opinions of others, but only we can let them. Yet divine wisdom says, I hear you, though I'll turn within to discern if your words are my insight. We have a direct access to the still small voice of God. When this quickening occurs, we find ourselves discriminating between good and evil. Intuition, right judgment, wisdom, justice, discernment, insight, and are natural to humankind. Charles defines wisdom as intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition, voice of God within us as the source of our understanding, mental action based on Christ's truth within. Wisdom includes judgment, discrimination, intuition, and all the departments of the mind that come under the heading of knowing. This knowing capacity transcends intellectual knowledge. Spiritual discernment allows allows places for wisdom above all other faculties of the mind. The price that we must pay for the conscious attainment of divine wisdom and understanding is a letting go of our personal self within its limited beliefs. Apostle Paul saw the Christ waiting at the door of every soul when he wrote, Awaken, thou thy sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the Christ will shine upon you. So let us rid our minds of man-made standards of judgment and seek inner wisdom. As children of God, we must master every human limitation. We must power to judge aright every impulse that rises within the human heart. God is the name of everywhere present wisdom in which I live, move, and have my being. Divine wisdom is awakened in me. I love to express divine judgment. I do not have the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So for me, the first four powers, faith, strength, wisdom, and love, must all be in place as one walks the journey to success. These are the four in a strong foundation. Today's talk is strength and wisdom, a powerful duo. Strength to go the distance, wisdom to know which path to take, which door to open that will lead us to the goal, to our goal. Faith gets us ready for the path. Strength keeps us on the path. Wisdom advises which road on the path to take and how to discern what that looks like. And love unifies and harmonizes. Love attracts the good to us. I invite you on this beautiful first Sunday in Lent to establish the four: faith, strength, wisdom, and love within you. Ignite your powers within you today. Watch how you grow in stature and witness the expansion of good when you declare that your faith is solid, your strength is never ending, your wisdom is profoundly divine, and love is established. Move with your innate power. Turn within and know that it's yours to know to move your feet. Today, inner strength and divine wisdom are united in creating a smooth path. We are now equipped to walk further on our journey. And so it is. Amen and amen. Thank you. I learned that we were all an expression of God and we were perfect. Then it was the 12 powers that I learned, and they started changing my life. If you want a profound experience, take a power a month and meditate on just that power and watch in a 1 year's time how they grow in their experience in such a way that they are so established within your consciousness that you can move to it in any given moment. So at our time, it's our time in our service for our love offering. I invite you to go into your heart and see what is yours to give and see how to go about that. And just know that you can't outgive God. If you ever want to try it, I have. I tried to see if I could give more than I got back, and it didn't happen. And I thought, oh, there's truth to this. So I came into Unity sort of like Charles. I was like, show me. I don't have faith. I want to see it. I want to see how it works. And it does work. And I'm here to tell you it does work over and over again to a level you can hardly imagine. If you're giving online, go to unitychurchoftidewater.com. We have PayPal. We also take Zelle. However that works for you. We take checks. We take cash. And we just give thanks for your blessing. And while we're here, I invite you to put it into your hands. And we're going to bless it. And while it's in your hands, please send this gift, love. And we're going to repeat this affirmation together. And I invite you to own it as the truth. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and blesses and multiplies my awareness of all that I am. I am grateful for this joy of giving and receiving. And now we'll hear from the musicians.
In this world we live in, day can seem like night. So many walking in darkness, looking for the light. But sister, don't get discouraged. Brother, don't get you down.
shine your way. You know there's plenty of darkness in this world today. We're gonna shine the shadows away. We're gonna shine our light. We're gonna shine in your way. Many times I've wondered what's going on today. So many people are trying to chase this light away. We gotta take the message, shine a light like never before. Take it to the world, take it to the street, take it to the neighbor next door. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine our light. We're gonna shine our
Please bless me. Join me as we bless these gifts. We bless these gifts, knowing the gift and the giver are one. We see these gifts going out in the church community and beyond the walls of the church community to make a difference. We know in our belief, in our faith, that there is no end to the limitless life force of God in our lives. We expect it, we see it manifest before our eyes. We see it in our own personal lives at Unity Church of Tidewater in Virginia Beach, Virginia, United States, and the world. We live in an abundant community, and we look for signs to see how that grows and how that appears. And we are so grateful for the abundance that we receive. And so thank you. And so it is. Amen. So I have a few announcements, but first I am going to greet anyone who's here for the very first time. Is there anyone here for the very first time that would like to raise their hand so I can give you a packet and introduce myself to you? I wondered if you were new. How are you today? Good. And your names?
Chris and Angie Terry.
Chris and Angie, thank you for coming today. Here's a packet, a welcome packet. If you'd like to be on our e-news, we send it out on Thursdays. We won't overwhelm you, but we'll send it out to you. Thank you for coming today. How'd you find your way here?
Actually online.
Online, that's a good place. That's the second best. The first is word of mouth, and the second is online. So thank you for coming today. You helped create the spiritual energy that is today. You've gifted each one of us with your presence. Thank you for coming. Anyone else here for the very first time? All right, so we're going to put our hands out. We're going to send you love, and we have a blessing for you. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things in your life. Thank you for sharing this morning with us. So I have a few announcements. Today after service, there is March birthdays. We have Kathy, Rob Young, Lane Boswell, and Lorna Gimmel. Happy birthday to all four of you. Thank you for coming. There's cake in your honor in the sanctuary, in the fellowship. Also, we are doing and continuing the Lenten journey at 8 a.m. on Facebook. If you're interested, it's in the garden. It takes you all about 8 minutes to be on that. I do it. You can come at any time of the day from 8 o'clock on, and it's a journey. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to go about this Lenten season. Hearts and Hands will meet on Wednesday at 10 a.m. They are going to start filling the Easter egg cups for the Easter children's Easter egg hunt on Palm Sunday. So please join and start stuffing some eggs, and it's quite a process. It's an assembly line. Gail would love to have your assistance in that. Unity Arts and Crafts Group will meet on Saturday, March 15th from 10 to 2. And then I would like to say that next Sunday, there's a prayer after service. There's a prayer chaplain training meeting next week. It's going to be, I'm saying, maybe 15 minutes. Anyone who's interested in being a prayer chaplain and anyone who's interested in remaining a prayer chaplain, if you could just come in and hear how we're going to create this again, it is truly my goal by hopefully Easter or May at the latest that we're up and being prayer chaplains again. Anyway, so I think that's all I have. Please look at your bulletin for the other announcements. Yes, that works. So, well, we don't have children yet. So Jackie Bluebird, you want to talk about your Sounds Bath? It's on March 28th. I don't know if anybody can hear you. I think because you're going down that way instead of up this way.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. I'm Bluebird, and I'm just honored to be part of this community and church. I was invited by Aaron during Christmas, and right now I'm offering sound bath once a month. And if you've never attended a sound bath, it is an opportunity to meditate, be in community, and we use several different instruments to receive healing. I've been doing sound healing for over 3.5 years, and have worked with many, many people. And when they come in, some people have a lot of anxiety or worries, or they just want to connect in community. And it's just a beautiful hour and a half of that. We do, you get a chance to share, ask for prayer, and then we allow the music and the instruments to do the magic of the healing. And then it's just a beautiful opportunity to also to be part of community. So I invite you all to come. And in this particular one, we're doing called Seeds in Bloom. So just like Reverend Ann said today, what are we planting in the garden for spring? All right, and here's your babies.
Thank you. We do have children, John.
We are walking in the light. We are walking in the light. In the light of God. As the light, as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light, as the light of God. We are walking as the joy, as the joy, as the joy. We are walking as the joy of God.
So good morning. Would you share your name today? Remy. How old are you, Remy? 6. And your name?
Jenny.
Jenny. How old are you?
6.
6. Sweet lady. And your name?
Ariel.
Ariel. And how old are you?
7.
7. And fine, sir. What's your name?
Phil.
Bill. And how old are you?
4.
4. So what do you have there?
It's a snail shell.
It's a snail
And
shell.
we made it last week. And we put clay in the shell, and then we colored it today. And we're going to bring it home.
Very good. Does anyone want to say what the shell snail is for? The snail? No? So we'll let you have the mic.
I wasn't here last week.
Well, you can tell them what they did this week.
Okay. I want them to say an affirmation. Everybody, let's say it. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Okay, you ready? I find my own. Nice and loud. I
find
my own joy.
Okay, yes, they found. So today the word was joyful, and they did find their own joy. They created, they talked about things that made them joyful. They even took the word joyful and created a new word. Phil, what was your new word? Come here. Joey Fo. Remy? What was your new? You want to go see your word so you can tell them? Okay, you can go see your word and tell them.
I don't think that's going to work, but okay, go ahead.
See what happens. And they also.
I think they're all leaving.
No, you said yours right. You folks.
I
You
think
said
they're
yours
all
right.
leaving.
But they had to find. They used those words to find their joy, and they also took. They learned what an unjoyful face looks like and what a joyful face looks like. Right. Right. Okay. They took string, folded a piece of paper in half, and pulled the string through the paper to make a new creation. And they had to look at that creation to see what joy it gave them. I apologize for Remy. Her mother's been out of town. I think she's mad at me.
Oh,
So
don't
there you go.
apologize. Don't apologize. We're fine. I think what you really have is it. We all lost an hour of sleep last night. I want you to know they all are acting the way I feel. I just wanted my hour of sleep back, so we're good. So everyone, please join me as we bless these children and teachers. I'll get it afterwards. And Miss Jenny comes online. Miss Jody was here, and so is Miss Benita. Together, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things in your life. Thank you for sharing this morning with you. Do you have your word? What's your word? Yofola. All right. All right, there we go. I think we have another language. And we'll do one more, and then we're going to do the prayer for protection. So, in your word, Ariel? Joy. All right, very good. Very good. All right, so the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
And the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
I am the light of God.
The power of God protects us.
The power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
Wherever we are,
God is,
and all is well. Now we're going to sing the peace song from a consciousness that peace is established right here, right now, in this very moment. Let
there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace be everything. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
check periodically. How is your faith, strength, wisdom, and love appearing? Have it strong. Go be the fabulous, take your fabulous 4 out in the world. Have a wonderful God-filled week.